Hey, Mr. Wonderful here, and I'm about to watch an interesting video, very catchy title, Living on $6 million a Year in Ventura, California, Millennial Millionaire. Yeah, that's my kind of video. Before we get started, make sure to destroy the like button. Just push it right there. Let's have a look.
It was absolutely surreal. I remember that night after the kids going down, you asked me how much that I thought you made everything related to YouTube.
In just May.
Just 1 month.
Hold on there, Bubba Louie. A wife and a husband in business together. I can see that right from the beginning of the video, and she doesn't know what he makes. Wait a second, that should have been discovered and disclosed long before they tied the knot. The reason people get divorced and 50% of unions fail is not because of infidelity. No. They get divorced because of financial stress.
My name is Kevin, I'm 28, and I make just over $5.75 million per year.
My name is Lauren, I am 30 years old, and I make $250,000 per year.
Chihuahua caramba! That's a ton of money. The average salary in America is $56,000. In California, about $60,000. So these guys are way up there as one percenters. We're gonna find out how they did it next. I smell real estate.
I'm a real estate broker and real estate investor, and lately I've started making YouTube videos to teach what I know about investing in real estate and stocks online.
I am a full-time mother and also full-time property manager, managing our own properties.
A typical day for me starts at about 5 a.m. Then I go down to my garage office set where I have a walking treadmill, and I'll catch up on whatever projects we need to work on for our real estate investments, and I'll plan out the days of videos.
You know, I can really feel for this guy. This is the way I live. I sit in a studio with a green screen behind me all day long. That's just the way the world has turned digital. But he's focused on real estate. A lot of his money is coming from his partnership in the YouTube channel. That's my guess. But he's also probably managing property. You can just tell by the way this is going. Making $5+ million a year, you've got a portfolio of property.
After that, by about 2 p.m., I like to go on a run with Lauren, so I get a little bit of fresh air outside since I'm mostly stuck in the office from 5 to 2, answering text messages or calls or filming videos.
The guy works out during the day. He's standing at a desk with a treadmill. I get it. You've got to exercise. That's one of the most important things about being an entrepreneur. You can't let work consume you. You have to find a way to exercise, to have a balanced life. Now, if you can combine them both together at the same time, that's pretty cool. That's what he's doing, although it looks a little nuts.
A typical day for me would be setting my alarm for 8 a.m., but knowing that my children will be waking me up at 6 a.m. So I get up around 6:30 every day. And then I kind of just hang out with my kids, kind of ease into the day, look at all the assignments and virtual videos that are given to me from my son's teacher at his school. So in addition to that, I also have to attend to my younger son who is not in school.
You know, this is really hard to do. To actually work with your wife and raise a family at the same time and not tear each other to pieces, that's really hard to do. This couple has found some kind of a balance.
How about when I text you and I'm like, Lauren, I need an answer right now. And then, right now.
And then I'm in a distance learning meeting with the teacher. Shut up.
You know, 22 properties, 20 are rental. Did I call it right? Yes, I did. That's how you make $5 million. However, I can tell you right now, there's debt in this story. Say right here, they put down 3.5%. That's nothing. So the rest is debt. You know, I met this really wise old real estate manager that did exactly this. His whole strategy was during his whole life to take the profits on every house and use the proceeds of the rent to pay down the mortgage.
Regarding our finances, I deal with most of the bills. We do keep a spend tracker between us, so anytime one of us goes to a store and spends money on something, we just use an Apple numbers spreadsheet that links between us.
Very smart. Expense tracking is really smart because you're tracking your historic spending, and you can look at each month to see if anything's going awry. If some other cost is exploding to the upside, you have to understand why and you have to manage it. Here, let's see what they're spending. Housing, for their own cost, just over $3,000, $3,700. Insurance, that makes sense, $2,000. Food, $2,100. They got 2 kids, that makes sense. Nothing crazy here.
We established something years ago where we mutually thought, okay, what would be a realistic budget for our own personal needs, whether that be clothes or shoes that isn't business related.
You know what's great? Listen to this. They're in sync with each other. They've made an agreement. Before they spend any money, they said, this is the target. They have a common goal. They're trying to run this business. They're building it up together. Very cool. You know, that's business. L'amore, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, here's a piece of news. They both became millionaires in their mid-20s at 23 and 24. My guess is when they marked to market the value of their homes less the debt, it was worth $2 million, and they're millionaires each. But that's not liquid. I've always said when it comes to determining whether you're a millionaire, I want to see $1 million cash in the bank. Casharino, liquid cash, cashatola. That's when you're a millionaire. Whoa, 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 whoa. 7.4 million in investments across multiple brokerage accounts. That's impressive. Now, I guess my question immediately becomes, why isn't that being used to pay off the mortgages? That's what I would be doing. I wouldn't be sitting on it in the market because there's always risk to a market downturn.
So I decided to start a YouTube channel and share all of the experiences I had and mostly all of the things I screwed up on to try to help people prevent making the same stupid mistakes that I had made.
And there you have it. They tried to go into construction. They didn't know what they're doing. They blew their brains out. They lost $1 million. Stick with what you know. Stick with what you're good at. $1 million's a really nice bee sting right in the hiney. They're not going to try that again. That's going to make about 20 grand a month. That's pretty good. You can get sponsors. Clearly, Kevin's doing that. And you can also go on a rev share with Google, who owns YouTube, and you get paid. You're building your own media empire at this point. It's diversification of revenue. Very smart.
We all had to work as a family to try and figure out the balance because Kevin's nature is very much take on as much as you can possibly take on and work, 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 work.
Always an issue, the balance within a family. This kid sounds like me at that age. Work, work, work. Why? Because I don't know I'm successful yet. So the whole idea is, can you integrate work and life and family and balance? And here's the answer, no. Why? You work like this so that you can be free later in life. You work 25 hours a day, 8 days a week, and that's exactly what he's doing. That's the sacrifice you have to make. Entrepreneurship is not a destination, it's a journey, and there are costs.
The most I've ever made in a month from YouTube has been $1,070,000. I don't even know how to say that right.
That's a huge number. So, and I'll tell you what he's got there, a tremendous amount of sponsorships. He's not getting that from ad share. That's really, really good. That's a good number.
Over the last 18 months now, our revenue has gone from just being real estate commissions to, well, breaking even or losing money on the construction business, to making a little bit of money on YouTube, $100 a day, $3,000 a month, to where we are now, where YouTube is paying somewhere around $200,000 a month. Affiliates and my courses and my educational programs, which people love, and then they'll go buy another one.
So what he's doing is selling his courses inside. So that 200K, the majority of it is coming from the courseware he's selling. Smart move.
I mean, there were 2 months this year during the pandemic where we crossed 7 figures in a month. That was my dream. My dream was that the construction business and the real estate sales business together would get me to $1 million a year. And that business failed and led to what we're doing now. So I could thank that failure for being where I am now.
Very cool to talk about failure teaching you the right direction, because that's exactly what happens. You have to try things, you have to take risks. When they don't work out, you pivot, which is what he did, and he found the path to profitability.
I don't always follow all the rules that I'm supposed to, and sometimes that's not so good. There were a couple instances that came up, one particularly where there was a real estate syndicator named Grant Cardone.
I know Grant Cardone.
Buying single-family houses, those are small deals. You'll never make money with those. Having a real estate background, I had my own opinions, which substantially differed.
Cardone likes to play the big leagues, buying apartment buildings with lots of units that he can rent out. There's nothing wrong with that strategy either. It's just a different business, as Kevin has pointed out here. You can make money both ways. Both deals, though, involve leverage.
And so I decided to do what any normal person would do and just make YouTube videos making fun of the guy and delivering flowers to his office to make a point that what he was doing was not what I agreed with.
Okay, very cool move on Kev's part. What is he doing? He's trading off the brand Cardone has built. He's known by millions of people. Look, people do that all the time to capture more eyeballs and acquire more customers. It's a strategy. It worked. Oh, just hold on here. Kevin gets charged with trespassing. Charges were dismissed. Grant's a nice guy at the end of the day. 100,000 legal fees, of course. You're running a business, you're going to run into legal issues, primarily around closing real estate. That's a cost, no question about it.
From my experiences poking too many bears, I've learned it's really a good idea to have media insurance or insurances for whatever it is that your business is.
All my assets, I buy insurance for. It's part of the cost of business. Like my watches, I insure them.
I do think with Kevin, it's in his nature to always work, and he kind of gets like a high from making money.
He ain't going to stop. It doesn't work that way. You can't stop. When you're an entrepreneur and you're successful and it's working, you don't stop. So Kevin and Lauren are a perfect entrepreneurial couple. They understand each other. They understand the business. They've been doing it for years. They're successful. And now they're really pushing harder. I'm going to give them an 8.743 rating. That's pretty good because I never really get past 9. No one's perfect. This is an inspiration for all of us. Love is fantastic, but so is cash flow. And love with cash flow, then you really go, go, go. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to CNBC Make It. And while you're at it, subscribe to Mr. Wonderful. Ask Mr. Wonderful at Kevin O'Leary TV on YouTube. Yeah, do them both. We love each other. We're together.